this video I'll show you how to paint this colourful sunset dolphin with acrylic paints. This is a shortened version of the tutorial. If you'd like to watch the full-length version where you can paint along with me in real time with full step-by-step instructions and reference images, it's available on my Patreon, Rachel Froud Art. I'll leave a link in the description below. We'll start out by painting the sunset background. Take some orange paint and paint the horizon line, then use bright yellow paint to paint the area where the sun will be. Blend the paint outwards into a warm orange shade and then into pinks and purples as you move further away from the sun. We'll be painting the background in 2 layers, so don't worry too much about perfecting your blends at this stage. In this first layer we mainly want to focus on getting the colours in the right places. Add some light blue to the top of the sky and gently blend that into the purple. Next we can paint the first layer of the ocean. Use similar colours to the sky, but make them 1 shade darker so the horizon line stands out clearly. Use horizontal brushstrokes when painting the ocean, as this will help to mimic the gentle movement of the waves. Use yellow and orange paints in the centre where the sun is reflecting in the water, then gradually transition into pinks and purples to reflect the rest of the sky. Add some darker blues and purples to the foreground and the sides to create more depth and contrast. Continue to add these colours until you're happy with how your first layer looks. Now we can move on to the second layer of the background. Use the first layer as a guide so you know where to place the colours, but this time use thicker brushstrokes to add more texture and interest. Layer some colours over the top of the others and blend them together loosely with thick brushstrokes. This helps to create the effect of soft clouds while also making the sky look more interesting. To paint the sun, take a small circular object. I'm using a marker pen lid. Spread out some white paint, dip the lid into the paint and then press it onto your canvas where you'd like the sun to be. This will give you the outline of a circle that you can then fill in easily with white paint to form the sun. The yellow paint on my canvas isn't quite dry yet, so I'll come back later to brighten it up. To paint the second layer of the ocean, use the same technique and colours as before, but this time add more texture, increase the contrast and fill in any gaps that you missed in the first layer. I'm also adding some highlights with yellow and white paint to create the bright reflections on the water. Now that the sky paint is fully dry, I can brighten up the sun with some white paint. To finish the background, we can mark out where the splashes will be. We'll be using some really fun techniques later on at the end of this painting to create the splashes, so don't spend too long on them at this stage. This is just to mark out where they'll go. Just roughly dab some light blue paint and white paint where you want the splashes to be. Now we can paint the dolphin and really start to bring the painting together. Just like the background, we'll be painting the dolphin in 2 layers. For this first layer, focus on getting the shadows, midtones and highlights in the right places and laying down the colours. Don't worry too much about blending them just yet. Start out by using the dark blues and purples to paint the darkest sections. Then we can add in some lighter colours for the highlights. You'll want to use colours from the sky in your highlights so it looks like the dolphin is reflecting the sunset. So I'm using light blue at the top where it's reflecting the upper part of the sky, and purples and pinks underneath where it's reflecting the warmer colours closer to the sun. To paint the second layer of the dolphin, use the same colours as before, but this time spend a bit more time on each section, blending the colours together to create a smooth finish. You can also increase the contrast at this stage if you want to by darkening the shadows and brightening the highlights. Continue to paint the second layer across the whole dolphin, smoothing the blends and neatening up any messy areas. To paint the dolphin's eye, just use some black paint and a small pointed paintbrush. To finish the painting, we can add some more splashes. One technique to do this is to take some paper tissue and scrunch it up a few times to create a crinkled texture. Dip it into some light blue or white paint and then gently press it onto your canvas where you'd like the splashes to be. It can help to dab the tissue onto a scrap piece of paper first to remove any excess paint. This technique is really fun and it's a great way to quickly create the effect of splashes in the water. You can press the tissue over the top of the dolphin's tail so that the splashes appear in front of it. To add some individual splashes, use a paintbrush to splatter some paint over the canvas. I've created a separate video showing exactly how to do this splatter technique, so I'll link to that in the description below. You can cover up any areas where you don't want the splashes to land and then just tap your paintbrush over the painting. This creates even more movement and texture and brings the whole painting together. I hope you found this video helpful. If you'd like to learn how to paint this dolphin in more detail, don't forget to check out the full-length tutorial on my Patreon. When you sign up, you'll get instant access to all of my full-length art tutorials. I hope you enjoy painting your own dolphin, and thanks for watching.